Welcome along. You're here because there is no live football to watch, but why not come together as fans and enjoy a big moment from the club's recent past. And what a moment it was, sealing your place back in the Premier Division. Drogheda against Shelbourne last September in Byrne. What a night for Shels and supporters. And I know if you're watching this, then you know the result, you know the outcome. Just because you know the outcome of something, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy it again. How many times have you watched the Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Harry Potter movies? It's just like that. Now, on the night I was actually commentating for extratime.ie along with Waylon on Conan and of course Johnny Ward and Conan Byrne. You were on the bench for Shelbourne this night. What was it like? What was it like in the squad building up to this game? Because there was so much rivalry.
It was absolutely massive. It was a huge few days leading up to it because we knew what would happen if we lost. It gave the opportunity to draw at his hands completely. But we were very, very focused on the game itself. We were up in the City North Hotel before the game. Everybody was very relaxed. It was a great atmosphere around the squad, and we knew it was a strange feeling. Like, we knew obviously what we had to do, but we all had such, I suppose, confidence in ourselves that we'd go on and do what we had to do to win the game. And thankfully, as they were taking on the show, we were able to do that.
It was quite a night and quite an atmosphere. The crowd over on the far side of the at this game made quite a noise, and that must have meant an awful lot to the team and the squad.
Absolutely did, and you'll see now in a second Lachlan Fitzgerald coming over into the huddle, and there's a fascinating story behind this. He rings me, Langan, about 3 hours or 4 hours before this actual incident, and here we're talking about. He asked me whether or not he should do that, open up the huddle and include the fans in it. He saw Paul Cook Sligo Rovers team do it against Sporting Fingal in the final 10 years previously to this, and I've always stuck with Langan that gave the crowd a good deal. It certainly worked on that particular day. You just rang up to see if it was a good idea, and obviously with Shelbourne being out of the game for so long, this was a huge opportunity for fans, not just the players, to be included in this. He made that point across and get fans respecting it.
Well, as I say, we're watching this game retrospectively because I was actually on comment for extratime.ie that evening. We had an amazing time after the game to interview some of the Shelbourne players and the Shelbourne management, and indeed the Drogheda management as well. Kevin Doherty, who's the assistant to Tim Clancy, with the Shelbourne, former Shelbourne manager. And you mentioned there Lorcan Fitzgerald, who was part of the Sporting football team that won the cup, and he had so much experience before he even joined Shelbourne. Always in some captain in his club as well. 31 years of age, he's the captain of Shelbourne, and I'm sure he'll do well by example. What we're going to do is we're going to commentate on the game like we're watching it live. We'll occasionally back-reference things and maybe talk about what was going on at the time. Lorcan Fitzgerald on it. He's pressurised by Stephen Meany, the 21-year-old, and uses all his experience to win the throwing. How important is Lorcan Fitzgerald's experience on a night like tonight, or a night like that night?
I think experience was absolutely massive, crucial. We have Derek Prendergast as well at the back, and then Byrne coming in as well, who had a fantastic season last year. He was absolutely outstanding for a person and a player that was struggling with injuries to overcome that and be absolutely outstanding in every game he played. He always gave 100%. Was huge, but the commitment from everybody wishing was monumental. But you can't beat experience, and I think in terms of playing the two sides, I think it's that experience told over the course of the season.
And of course, maybe they felt they had something to prove. Almost knocked goals out of the cup. Lost that one from a winning position. Inexperience caught them that night, and maybe, just maybe, that actually proved to be a help in the league campaign because the bit between the teeth that would give them your point to prove it. And even a learning for some of the younger players in the team. I mean, when I look at the team sheet that night, you know, there is a few young guys, a couple of 19-year-olds, a couple of guys in their early 20s. That would have brought them on so much.
Absolutely, like their back four, I think, are under the age of 22, and that's like Alan Hampson all those years ago saying you'll never win a league with kids. That completely backfired on him that time. But at the same time, I think you need experienced players in key areas. And you can see what Tim Clancy probably noticed himself, that he actually brought in Derek Prendergast into his team. He probably felt that he needed it. And yeah, it was a great opportunity there for Jays in the first few minutes to get us on the front foot there. We knew that Drogheda were going to come out all guns blazing, and we knew we had to dig in the opening minutes.
Well, we're going to commentate this the way we normally would, or we're going to commentate on this the way we normally would. And this is a great service that Shelbourne are providing. Obviously, we're watching this game. We're going to overlay our commentary over it, so hopefully the crowd noise won't be too loud or too weak. We're talking Thursday night, the game will be on Friday night, and they're digging away, as always, for Shelbourne as Oscar Brown, the 24-year-old beat in the playoff round, the ball going down the park into the path of Luca Ratzer, the Bohemians here, a 22-year-old Drogheda goalkeeper. Drogheda really fancy their chances going into this game. There was a lot of confidence around the town that day, and in fact it was difficult to even get to the ground. Conan, you probably wouldn't have had any issue because you would have got there so early, but for me, I was coming from work. I obviously have a day job, and it was like a case of seconds to spare before I got there because there was so much traffic around Drogheda. There was so much interest in this game. A great atmosphere for this one. The first half, if you remember, not particularly spectacular. The second half kind of took off a bit, but it was tense and it was kind of nail-biting and entertaining all the way through. Lorcan Fitzgerald on Oscar Brennan walking over, maybe wants it, but Lorcan is looking up the line, throws it to the feet, and this is the great thing about the Shelbourne team. They do like to keep it at the feet. They're very comfortable with the ball. And look up the park, played in behind the defence, a Jack Charlton style ball. We're seeing what you were seeing, camera person obscuring our view as well. We think that's a Drogheda throw.
It's funny you should say that, Oisin, about me, players not being able to see that, because throughout footballers' careers, we never get to see the experience outside the turnstiles before a game, 30 minutes, 40 minutes before a game, when fans are walking up towards the ground. We're there probably in around 6 o'clock, an hour and 3 quarters before the game, where the roads are basically empty, and you don't really see that. You don't see the sense that experience that of a match night like that as players. You only sense that nearly maybe first time in the warm up, particularly when you're walking out, you're hearing the noise and the flares of the crowd. And that's when the hairs in the back of your neck stand up as players. It's a bit unfortunate we don't get to experience outside the ground, but obviously for proper reasons. But having said that, it's nice to come out and experience it just at that moment as walking out to the pitch, because that's when the hairs do stand up.
You did get to experience a little bit of that with the commentary after this game, actually, because when you were done with Shelbourne, you were able to join us for the playoff rounds of the promotion relegation fight, and you were able to do a couple of other games as well, so it must have been kind of cool to get that experience as a commentator.
It absolutely was, because if you can remember rightly, the game against Finn Harps, we were all late to the ground. Well, not late to the ground, but I understand what you're saying in the sense that I'm a teacher as well, so to get up to get home and have see the kids before you head up to Drogheda for a commentary duty, I thought I gave myself enough time and I didn't, so definitely a learning curve there. You should be getting there at the same time as the players.
Shane Farrell trying to get it across Kevin Farrell, who's now with Galway United, getting away. It's a throw into Shelbourne. This game, as we say, took a while to get going. By the way, social distancing is being observed. Conan and I are not in the room together. We're doing this recording via Zoom, so if there is glitches and little drops here and there, please do be patient. That's a good cross, and it was a good finish, but there was a flag up there. Shelbourne's showing early signs of danger.
I remember, still don't know why that was disallowed. We were on the bench, we were absolutely furious. Even looking over there at Drogheda bench, they don't even know what went wrong. So even to this day, it was obviously a corner, but no idea.
We're seeing a lot of that camera person's back, but it is a corner, as Conan has said. The Drogheda players didn't even protest, funnily enough. So here's the corner. What can Shelbourne do with it? 7 minutes gone, still scoreless. To the back post it goes, and Drogheda get it away. It's added to a little bit there by Jamie Hollywood, who's now with Crumlin. Shane Farrell collects it on the left-hand side, the 19-year-old trying to get through. Stephen Meany blocks his route, bundles them over, and the referee gives the decision to Shelbourne. He is a skillful bit of stuff, Shane Farrell, and he's only going to get better, Conan.
He is. He's a wonderful talent. He just needs to have a bit more confidence in his own ability, Oisin. I think if he doesn't start the game particularly well, his head might drop a little bit. But we all know the qualities that he has, and all he needs, if he does, I always keep telling him, do the first 2 or 3 things right in the opening few minutes, and get yourself into the game, and then the confidence will come. If he starts early, it seems that the game will go that way for him.
Conor Kane, the not giving away the ball. It's something the manager Tim Clancy and the assistant keeping Doherty will be very frustrated. Shelbourne making the pitch wide, and when you're in United Park it seems very small, but I'm sure Conan is the exact same as every other football pitch, the exact same dimensions, and there is room out there to away to find it. Shane Farrell runs into a bit of a crowd, comes out to Kieran Kilduff, formerly of Dundalk, spent time in the States as well. That shot particularly well.
It is actually a narrower pitch. The dimensions in certain pitches are actually, it can be altered a little bit. And the United Park pitch is a bit narrower than the likes of Talbot Park or the Pendleton grounds of Queen or Metallic. And it's just the way they set up. Obviously they can't extend it considering the boundaries that they have. So it is a very narrow pitch.
Talked for many years about developing this site or moving to another one. Drogheda very much a football town, a town that lost one of its great football people in the kid with Vincent Toll. Actually, not long after this, it might have been just ahead of the second leg of the playoff, or just before the first leg of the playoff against Queen Harps, in or around that time. Big loss to Drogheda, big loss to the town. Shelbourne get a corner.
Jays was absolutely superb since he came in from Cove. The attitude that he has, he can go. He's very, very good friends with Adam Ida, the Norwich centre forward, and I think that if he keeps doing what he's doing, he started this season particularly well, scoring the only goal against Pats. He still has a lot to learn, but he has all the ability and the attributes to be able to be a top player.
It's a dangerous corner, but it's cut out at the near post.
It's great to see the crowd, isn't it? Like, look at all the Shelbourne fans down there, packed into the rafters for such a special occasion. So it always gave the players a lift seeing the fog crowd at Shelbourne brought, especially in the away games.
And they're a crowd who are well used to big occasions, granted. Some of them were kind of fading into the distance behind them before this particular night. I mean, you think of a game against Deportivo La Coruña, and Stewie Byrne was talking about that off the ball during the week, and there's been really good stuff done on that through the Shelbourne Patreon service over the last couple of weeks. Definitely well worth looking at and listening to Luxie and Stewie Byrne were talking about it, and talking about the fury of Wesley and the madness of the time, but a club who, like every other League of Ireland club, have had ups and downs, but this is very much an up this night. And of course the season started well for them as well in the Premier Division, as Ian Morris writes in note. He looks young enough to play, doesn't he, Ian Morris? Trying to control the forward, Drogheda, Jamie Hollywood. Drogheda building from the back, didn't really get their foot on the ball in the early stages of this game. 11 minutes gone, still scoreless so far. Taking off up the park is Conor Kane. He's got a bit of pace. He finds the beat of his teammate. He has to go backwards. Chris Lyons, who's actually formerly of Shels. Bowes, UCD and Sligo as well, a well-travelled player, as many players are in the League of Ireland. Drogheda chipping it out as a back. It's a clever ball, but it's well controlled by the Shelbourne defence. And 3-0, knocks it back to Colin McCabe, 3-0. For Celtic at under 19 level, also featured for Bohemians. Spent some time at Stenhouse Muir as well.
Very, very good goalkeeper, pushing. But going back to Derek Prendergast there, do you see when the ball was played up to Chris Lyons and just showed his experience? Chris, you can't get too close to Chris. Chris will turn you in a sixpence, and he gone down the other side, the other end of the pitch. He just held his ground, held him up, forced him backwards. Chris Lyons had to play backwards rather than going in behind where he'd love to play like Mark Doyle down the side or Stephen Meany down the other side. And we noticed that from our match analysis through Drogheda over the season. There at Prendergast there, I thought his experience and just showing Chris Lyons back, whereas a lot of other defenders would be wanting to nip in and get the ball. So terrific defending and experience.
The 35-year-old is actually now with Drogheda, so I wonder does he regret winning this game at Shelbourne at the time?
Never. A league win is a league win.
That's it. Aoife and Mhaolái of LMFM, more associated with the club, mainly then cover. You obviously were part of the build-up to this game for LMFM, and I think it's fair to say that this was as big a game coverage-wise locally as maybe even some of the Dundalk's European games, because the loud football people knew that having Drogheda back in the Premier Division was big for the county. It would have been a big deal for Dundalk as well. It would have been just a positive thing. I know there's rivalry between the clubs, but everyone in Louth wanted Drogheda back up, so this was a big night for them.
They did, as you said, it's just a big
commentating on a game that we know the result of is you and Aoife don't have the fear of me pulling the mic away if the ball goes in any way, shape or form near the box, as I have had to do on occasion. I'm actually going to allow you to finish your sentences tonight because we know when the goals are coming.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an experience, all right, there. Me talking mid-sentence and Oisin whipping the microphone away from me. But yeah, it's nice to be able to finish sentences, especially with Johnny Ward not being here. At least I can finish sentences, which will be even better as well.
Jake Hyland getting on the ball. Needs Drogheda to really get going. As we say, Mark Doyle, the 21-year-old, goes backwards rather than forwards. That's lobbed forward by Jamie Hollywood, formerly of Longford. And my memory of this night actually is that it wasn't a particularly great first half, but the second half exploded into life. And of course, we'll talk about that along the way. Saw an interview with Brian Fenton, the Dublin footballer, by the way. He's a big Shelbourne fan. I realised that.
That was Dermot Connolly.
Is he? I didn't know that.
He is a very big fan. I went to school with I was in the same class as his brother Keith. I went to Airtricity, which is only up the road from Conan Park. Myself and Carl Moore were in Airtricity together. So yeah, that's only a stone's throw away from Talking.
Who's had more clubs? You or Carl?
Can you go out of that? I've only had a few clubs.
How many? What is it this time? Shelbourne? Pats?
Yeah, Shels, Pats, UCD, and Sporting Finland. So I've only had 4.
The 4 down here and another one up north.
5 isn't too bad for the League of Ireland.
It's actually for a player of your age, that's not too bad in the League of Ireland.
Carl has had, I think, a few. If memory serves me right, he's had Galway, Rovers, Bows, Shels, and Clay. So that's 5. And I don't think I'm missing one. He could be missing 5. He's a few years younger too.
You and Carl are at the age where you start playing for clubs for the second time.
Yeah, well, I did that with Shelbourne, didn't I? But what a time I had at Shelbourne. 2 promotions and an FAI Cup final. Can't argue with that in 3 seasons.
And how are you finding the Irish League? I've covered it with myself at BBC Northern Ireland, and I have to say, I really love it. People are really into it. There are so many similarities to the League of Ireland. People, I think, once you love it for what it is as opposed to what it's not, then it's okay. But what's it like to play in?
Yeah, it's very good. really, really competitive, very, very tactical. I wouldn't say as tactical as down here, but yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. Different experience, and yeah, well, I don't know. I think the season probably will be cancelled. The season probably going to be more enjoyed, I'd say, for coming weeks. But no, really enjoy my time. I don't know where that's going to come from. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to getting back into it.
All Ireland League proposals, the latest ones which presented to us over the last couple of days, as Sean Brennan launches a kick in. It's going to drop in around the 6-yard box. Shels get it clear. You were very solid at the back that night as Jace Kabaya takes off. He's got such pace, outgoing it goes. Shelbourne looked to counter-attack and doing it very well as well. Kabaya making his way into the box, support coming as well from Byrne. The kick goes the way off the Dublin club.
See the set piece that they had there, Rushing, like Drogheda needed to win this game, and I think they relied too heavily on Luke McNally to win the set pieces, because he was the only one that really attacked it. If you watched it there, we had 3 players ready to clear that header, whereas there was no Drogheda player within sight of the goal, and they needed to go out and win this game. And so even from an early stage here, I was sitting on the bench and I was saying they're not really putting up with this as much as I thought that they would have in the opening spells. Langan was absolutely excellent on Stephen, really intercepting it every time, and we had the majority of the possession, which did surprise us.
It's a looking ball to the back stick. It is clear. Trying to get it away at the second attempt. It's going to fall away with Carl Moore. Eventually it does come to him. He lifts it back inside. It's dangerous, but it's a header well won. Comes out as far as, I think that's Lorcan Fitzgerald, who hoists it back in. Headed clear to Carl Moore. Oh! It wasn't a particularly good shot, but it could have ended up in the back of the net. Shelbourne just looking for a corner.
Yeah, great bit of play there again. Set piece, Lorcan is just he's a magician with his left foot. But set pieces causes all sorts of problems, and you'd want Carl Moore in that position, left foot coming in off the right hand side, and unlucky not to deflect in.
Shelbourne with the corner. Don't get it away. Carl Moore goes back outside. Dangerous looking cross. Headed away again. Carl Moore, diagonal ball. Lovely little turn that by Lorcan Fitzgerald, who's popping up everywhere. Again, Drogheda get it clear. They're really under siege though. Lifted back inside. It just wouldn't quite drop for Luke Byrne. Although it was defended well by Drogheda.
Yeah, Kevin Farrell's a big boy. Defended it very, very well, and Luke just couldn't get enough on it. Steer it past Luke Brett. Again, we had a lot of the ball machine in the early stages ourselves, and we didn't really use it as best as we got a lot of balls into the box. We didn't take many of our chances in the early spells, and look, it was very cagey.
It was in the first half, but in the second half, I say the outcome, but still enjoyed the pitch in immaculate condition that night, and no doubt that suited Shelbourne.
Absolutely, we have players there that can pass the ball all day long. Oscar Brennan, I think, doesn't get enough credit for what he did last season coming in from Bohemians. A lot of people talk about Oscar as if he's just a real hardcore, just tough tackling midfielder, but his screening off the back four was just immense. You notice a lot of the time you might just think he's standing around, but if you player cam, he's always looking around and always seeing where the best position is for him to sit to get the ball.
Oh, here's Sean Brennan. Ratzer came out and smothered it well, and getting it away in the end was Kevin Farragher. Sean Brennan proving to be a little thorn in the side of the Drogheda defence.
I'm going to have to correct you, that was Kieran Kilduff rushing that one through there.
Even when it's pre-recorded and they've already seen the game, we're still getting it wrong. It's not a particularly good sign, is it? 22 minutes gone. Drogheda 0, Shelbourne 0.
Well, sitting on the bench, we were very comfortable at this stage. They weren't posing us any real problems. A couple of set pieces into the box. So sitting on the bench there, we were very happy at this stage of the game.
We're trying to create a chance. Managed beating like correcting the goal for that. Ball now is back by Luke Mhaolái of St. Pat's. He was actually on loan to Drogheda at that stage. He's gone back to Pat's and is getting game time under Stephen O'Donnell.
We know all about Luke Mhaolái. He was super in the playoffs as well, scoring his hat-trick against Cabinteely, which was outstanding. He was their standout player apart from, I would say, Chris Lyons last year, and Tim Clancy and Kev Doherty really wanted to keep him, but obviously when you have a player like Luke Mhaolái in your ranks, you're not going to keep him out alone for long, and he's already proven so far this season how good a talent he actually is.
Are you enjoying this experience of sitting down and watching a game at home that you were kind of part of, and we're kind of commentating in the present, but we're also kind of commentating in the past? If I was a student that you were teaching me, no doubt, Conan, you'd tell me I was confusing my tenses.
It's just very strange. Like, I wouldn't be one to sit down and look at a game again unless I'm analysing my own performance or whatever. So this is all new to me as well. But it's great to be able to provide this service for the Shelbourne fans, and I'm sure they'll look back on this game particularly with fondness in years to come.
Connor Kane got there ahead of his man, but couldn't stop going out for a corner in Shelbourne with about, at this stage I imagine this was their 4th or 5th corner of the game.
And for the fans that are listening in here, like, you might see a little bit of set piece work being done here. We always had a few different techniques, and maybe Oscar and Dell, just looking at the way they're set up, you might see them run to the front post and then do a little quick turnaround to the back. I don't know exactly what they're going to be doing at this stage. We had 3 or 4 different ones. You can see Killer went to the front post at this time, tries to bring somebody out of that position and leave a gap in around the penalty spot, 6-yard box for somebody to attack. And a lot of the times it worked. We did get a lot of joy from set pieces that season, and because we did practice them a lot. And Ian Morris, in fairness to him, he was spot on with his tactical work. And he always used to say to me, Oisin, that there wasn't enough time to do what he wanted to do for the Shels.
On the counter-attack, good ball to keep. We'll do the shot. But it is a corner.
Again there, did you see Cleir Prendergast again? He's just holding his man, he's not getting too close to him to get the turn. Probably was sitting a little bit too deep, but he managed to redeem the situation, and it was never a corner. I wasn't surprised by the way when Ian Morris decided to do an extra day's training this season after what he had said all last year on the training.
Well, it seemed to work. Byrne taking the corner. Making a darting run from there is Jamie Hollywood. It's a low one. This is one from the training ground. Doesn't quite work out, although Chris Lyons' shot was deflected.
This is where teams will spend a good chunk of their training. The day before training, a lot of set pieces are done, and you can see there that the work that they did. They brought Jamie Hollywood out, brought somebody out from the hole, create space, and Chris Lyons comes out from where the keeper is, get a shot at goal. Should we defended well there?
Stood up well and tried to get on the end of his weak back line. He was spread out by the Shelbourne defence, and it caught. His man just Jamie Hollywood. Regular visitor to the Parkers pitches. We've already said that great. He was actually nominated as one of the pitches of the season last year.
It is always a great venue to go to. The atmosphere on this particular night was, as we said, wonderful. But and we were in the hospital area, obviously, where the press boxes are, looking across at so many Drogheda fans. Those tense few moments when there were corners, it was really nail-biting stuff. Jerry Kelly is a renowned, lifelong Drogheda fan, was behind us for LMFM, and I could just sense the nerves from him, but the excitement as well, because Drogheda did come very hopeful, they were very confident, and they knew that they could do this. They also came in knowing that they could score goals, and we were expecting them now, as we said before. It didn't come until the second half, but Drogheda had scored 57 goals in 25 games in that season. But likewise, before the match, I know having spoken to some of the Shels players and team, they were aware as well that Drogheda had conceded 29, so they conceded more than anybody else in the top half of the division. So, as I said, we were expecting goals, but as we'll see now, they didn't really come until the second half.
It was kind of Operation Free Flow in the second half regards goals. First half, as the game went on, it got that bit better, Conan. Is that usually the way in a game of such intensity and such stakes?
Absolutely, yeah. Like these type of games, it's like a winner takes all, isn't it? And I know for us anyway, we felt that if Drogheda did win the game, that we would have thrown it. Being completely honest with you, they had Bray away in the last day of the season, and I know eventually they did succumb to a big defeat. But I think if they did win this game, I think they would have been on a beat Bray grounds, which would have been absolutely devastating for us. But these early games, these early in a match are so vital that you don't concede. And as you can see there was another set piece one that Byrne at the end of the box. And but yeah, it's the type of games pushing that if you do concede a goal early on, it just puts so much pressure not only on the pitch but off it as well. And the fans might get in the back and might be a bit restless. So that's important as well to take into account that we don't want that. Obviously, we want fans to support you at all times. But it's just natural, isn't it, that if you go a goal down in such circumstances, especially with Shelbourne, given their history, 6 years out of the top flight, losing the game and injury, losing promotion and death back in 2008, I think it was, through that 16-year-old Limerick player at Tolka Park. So you could just imagine what it was like for Shelbourne fans being there at United Park, where this is the moment, this is the time that the coach had. So if we hadn't went to go down in that game, I think it might have been very, very difficult for us to come back from that, both as players and even from the supporters.
It was interesting actually when Lyons went in with his studs up there. Now he's not what you call a particularly vicious player. It was a yellow card and nothing more in my opinion. But he didn't really react. A couple of you walked around him, but there was no pushing and shoving or mouthing. Was that something that you'd worked on throughout the season to kind of watch the discipline, don't be petulant?
Yeah, it would have been, yeah, but at the same time, we were furious at this. I can remember this incident very, very clearly because we were getting up off the bench, furious at the decision of the players and not getting around the referee a lot more. Because it was a bad tackle, and if you get around the referee like that, you're not expecting them to make a rash call and send him off. But you know next time that if he does make any sort of tackle like that he will be punished. And we were disappointed with some of our own players not getting around the referee a little bit more in those situations. And yeah, discipline was huge. We didn't have you'll see in the second half where Drogheda's discipline kind of waned a little bit.
Forget what I was saying about not reacting to lines. It just got bundled over.
Yeah, even free, yeah. But yeah, you see, this is where it starts getting a bit kind of antsy. We're very happy with this as players. We take this all day long. Two better brothers have each other there. None have lost in a football match, even between brothers.
Sean's having the words spoken to by the referee who gives the yellow card.
Well, it would have been a huge game for Sean as well, being a Drogheda, living in Drogheda his whole life, playing for Drogheda most of his career, and as captain, this would have been a huge moment for him, and obviously we'll be talking about him in the second half. So I did feel from a lot, being totally honest with you, from a personal point of view, in terms of just being like, as a fellow professional, how difficult it would have been for him at the end of the season.
Cave goes long, trying to thread his way through. Aiden Friel. Goes by and makes a bit of a dart. He's covered well by Conor Kane, who puts it out for a corner kick. Or did he? Yes, he did.
Slow to react there again, just with Conor Kane. Just shows their inexperience a little bit. Very slow to get back, and Aiden Friel was able just to throw the ball in behind him very easily and then give away a corner, which probably again would have been our 6th or 7th at this stage.
Carl Moore wanted it short, it didn't go to him. Drogheda to get it away now. Carl has the chance to retrieve possession and pass it back inside. Aiden Friel, who's played for a few clubs himself, featured with Wexford among others. 29-year-old, very experienced at this stage. Ratzer puts it up in the sky, and that's a diving backwards header. And you can imagine judges holding up signs at the side of the pitch, 10-10-10, for that particular ballet-like motion.
You're speaking of Aiden Friel there, he's actually in the Irish Army, and he's a fascinating character. He sometimes has to do 24-hour shifts and then comes to training straight from those shifts, so you can just imagine how tired he actually is. But he's one of the fittest players that I've ever seen. Obviously, if being in the Army, you'd have to be fit. And he struggled through injuries at the start of that season. He had a problem with his Achilles, probably because we were training on an Astro and sometimes going back out into the grass, and that sometimes doesn't help. But when he got back into the team after John Ross's unfortunate injury, back actually up in the United Park early on the season, he never lost his place after that. He was absolutely tremendous, marauding up and down the touchline all season. He managed to pick up a few assists and goals along the way.
Yes, I have a feeling he might be on the score sheet tonight. Having a chat with the referee is Lorcan Fitzgerald.
Just noticed some handsome player just running down the touchline there going for a warm-up. I don't know if you saw him, Oisin.
Drogheda have a few handsome lads, yeah. There's a handsome commentator sitting in the back of that stand that you're looking at. It's launched back inside. Wouldn't quite fall to the head of Aiden Friel there, but Shelbourne do keep it alive. Crossed in, good ball. Again, Kieran Kilduff trying to make a nuisance of himself, but it tells you how strong Drogheda are at the back, and they were able to actually hold him off.
Excellent defending by Drogheda there, but I was just saying to you earlier on about Oscar Brennan, the positions that he picks up. There he was probably in the box for the corner, but made his way across because he sensed that he could get on the ball and put a dangerous ball into the box, which he managed to do, and it was a great ball with his weaker left foot, and it was unfortunate that Kieran couldn't get on the end of it.
Ratzer assessing his options. Park. Pressure on the teams. Taking the Farrer. Here's Mhaolái. Loading ball inside to Jamie Hollywood. Brennan steps over. Doyle. Lyons, I beg your pardon. Brennan. That was a well-defended. Not sure who got across there to Mark Byrne. That was a really good piece of defending.
Yeah, it was Aiden Friel who we were just talking about there, and that was Drogheda's best spell of the game up to that point. Great play, great interplay, step overs, cross into the box, and as you said there, Aiden Friel with a great saving header, because Mark Byrne had a great chance.
I think that was Luke McNally again.
He'd be very disappointed with that. I remember we were watching that, and it was a complete free header. And thankfully he put it a good bit wide. He didn't get it on target at all, because he was, as we noticed throughout the season, and especially in the playoffs, how lethal he was from set pieces.
A hat-trick against Cabinteely, and that's not bad for a defender, is it?
No, not at all.
So unlucky not to put the Premier themselves. They lost out after an epic battle against Finn Harps across two legs. This is a good piece of play by Stephen Meany, but wasn't allowed through.
Luke Byrne again showing his experience there, getting back and clearing the ball there from Stephen Meany.
Luke Byrne, 26-year-old ex-Rovers and Bulls. Sean Brennan, Oscar Brennan get into it.
again, Oscar there, just doing the dirty work. Not many people notice that, and he did that all season. He was excellent in that position, and equally adept at centre half as well. He played centre half a number of times, and when Luke Derek Prendergast was injured, and but he was played it with ease there as well.
Oscar Brennan trying to flick it on, James Brown intercepting. There's Lorcan Fitzgerald. Split the defence with that ball, but Kevin Farrer was waiting to get it back to Gratzer. Gratzer sends it long. Shelbourne get it back. Shane Farrell. Bit of a nothing ball from Shane. You can see what he was trying to do, pick out here on Kilduff, but it didn't quite work out for him.
No, but you can just see again how Derek Prendergast, how composed he is on the ball, coming out and winning it, a couple of passes and playing it through for Shane. And again, Shane, this is what I'm talking about. He kind of, if that ball had come off, he would have went on and had a storming game, trying different tricks and everything. But the fact that it didn't, sometimes goes into his shell a little bit, and he mightn't get on the ball for another few minutes, which is the one thing that he needs to work on, in my opinion.
Well, he's 19 still, so he has time, and there's certainly a lot of promise. He's shown enough to suggest he'll be a very decent player, and is a decent player. But as you say, Conan, there's just a little bit of room for improvement, as there is for everyone. Jays Kabaya on the ground. How did Jays take being sent off against Bowes that time when you were leading in the cup and looked like you were going to go through claiming a huge scalp against your neighbours?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Jays, being totally honest, Dushin. He felt as if he did nothing wrong, even though the referee had told him a number of times to move across the other side of the pitch, and he was time wasting, and he was booked for it, and subsequently sent off. And as players, we were disappointed at the time, obviously, but I think that was just because we were 2-0 up and we were home and hose really, and then that's the sending off killed it for us. But like as I said, he's only young, and he needed to take responsibility for his actions on the night. And as I said, he was only a kid, but Jays, as I said earlier on in this, he was fantastic since he came up. Very, very difficult for him leaving home, living with Shelbourne Academy coach Matt Hope. I remember we were heading down in his first game to Athlone, and I knew that he was playing right wing that night. But you see, this is where you kind of have to put your feelings aside. Obviously, I would have liked to have played, but in the grand scheme of things, you want to win a league title, and manager has signed this player, and he needed a lift from the airport. He got a lift up from a bus from Cove, so I put myself forward to collect him, and made sure to collect him early so that I could go and have a little walk around or a chat in Liffey Valley. We had a coffee together. Just wanted to introduce myself, and just to let him know what the club is all about. He wanted to know any details about Shels or history, and like maybe give him a few little bits of tips or info if media asked him any certain questions, because that's important for young lads as well. And he was really appreciative of that. His mother was very appreciative of that after that game, because he went down to Athlone, and not that he contributed or anything to it at all, but he went and scored in his debut, and he was magnificent on the night. And from then on, I think that's important to look after young players. And you can hear where senior pros do that, and I think that it's important that they do, that they make new players feel welcome, even if it is in their position. Goalkeeper, brilliant at it. They're fighting for each other's places every single week, yet they're best friends off the pitch more likely than not. And certainly with Jays coming in, he was a huge signing for us, and his goals contributed us to winning some vital games.
Were you tempted to say he didn't turn up and then just take his spot in the team and not pick him up?
I was tempted to put my car sideways into a ditch and let the airbag come out, but I decided against that, obviously.
Yeah, or leave him on the side of the road on the way. Ian, I don't know what happened. Shelbourne in the attack here. That is an ambitious long-range effort, and it doesn't quite work out. Sometimes it's hard to pick out players on
It is
one
difficult.
camera film job.
Yeah, the way we're looking at it here, it was it was Oscar Brennan.
Was it Oscar? Yeah. And he was a 4 in New Jersey.
Yeah, he was trying to do a Conan Byrne spectacular.
42
you knew I was going
minutes,
to bring it up.
42 minutes before you brought it up. That has to be a record. I don't think you've ever waited that long. Not quite controlling there, Mark Doyle. Shelbourne have it back. Give others big options. Jays is one of them. Bit of a heavy touch, but you could see that he actually worked to try and get the ball back. It wasn't a case of it didn't work out, so he was just going to give up on it. Shane Farrell looked to me like he was taken out of it there by Connor Kane. The referee agrees. It's a free kick to Shelbourne. They take quickly. Chase Kabaya disappears from us. Tries to put in the cross and comes up Jake Hyland. By the way, when a game is filmed on one camera, it's not supposed to be shown start to finish. That's why the camera kind of wanders off every now and then. Friel coming forward, tries to poke it through. Didn't quite work out. So basically, you wouldn't generally show 90 minutes of the match using just one camera film. These are very special circumstances. Here's Chris Lyons. What can he do? He has no support. He'll have to do it himself. Runs into a bit of trouble. Stays cool. An attempted side footer in there from Mark Doyle. And Meany, and it's blocked. It's come out to Sean Brennan, who can't keep it on top.
It's a very selfish play there, I would obviously. Because you saw Jamie Hollywood just come running onto that. And it definitely would have been a better opportunity for him to score than Stevie Meany turning back on himself to try and get the shot away. First time in that game that Derek Prendergast got caught out. He didn't suspect the long throw that was put over his head. He did manage to get back in, block a shot from Chris Lyons, but we were very, very lucky to get away with that.
Because that's just the nature of football. Shane Farrell comes forward, couldn't quite keep it under control. Luke McNally sends it away. Back to my point there, sometimes you just have to accept that you will be beaten, and sometimes you know you have to ride your luck as Shelbourne did there.
That's where experience comes in. You might know that a player will have the better for you of pace, let's say, so that means that you'll have to drop off. You might be better than in the air than the opposition striker, so you make sure that you're going to be around them the whole time for set plays and to give them a little knock or whatever. Then when that happens, so it all comes down to experience, Mushkin, and if you feel that you're on top of better than the opposition striker, it'll be easier for you. If you feel that, like as you can see here, Derek wouldn't be the quickest, but he stands up Chris Lyons there very, very well, and you know your strengths as a centre half or a fullback or whatever, and you certainly know your weaknesses, and it's important that you work on your weaknesses as well.
Kane bringing Jays Kabaya down again. We're into injury time at the end of the first half. Aoife, what do you make of the first half? Like, we're watching this live. You were there in the night, you're watching it back with us again here. What have you made of the first half? What did you make of the first half? You know what I mean.
Quality player. I think they finished on a bit high and they would have gone into dressing room with confidence. At nil-nil at half time, I think we're still a huge shout because, as we said, the dominant from Shels, they were able to navigate through that and did very, very well. So brilliant displays. And one in particular was Connor Kane. Mark Doyle was also fantastic, but Connor Kane played out some particular position team of the year. He was wonderful. He was a brilliant defender, but he also has that threat in attack as well. So I think because Drogheda finished so strongly, they went into the next round.
It certainly would have. Duff again a couple of seconds ago, you were seeing that half a chance, couldn't quite get his head on it. He was marshalled very well, but it was other players maybe that stepped up when they needed to in this game, and we'll see that in the second half. We're almost at half time.
Conan gets it, wasn't ready to do because that is at half time. We christened them Conan Conundrum. Tongue-tied. Conan Conundrums. They've something to do with those players who have
Actually, that's true, Conan. When you did commentary with us on extratime.ie, you always had a little teaser. Have you prepared one for tonight?
I actually haven't, but I'll try and think of the next couple of seconds.
We'll take a wee break at half time. You can get yourself a cup of tea or whatever and think of one then. The good news is you can take as long as you want, because you know we can just hit pause and edit it out later and edit it. So Drogheda have a free kick to end the half. We know they don't score, but you know what? I don't remember whether or not they created a good chance here. I'm a fierce man for watching and commentating on a game and then completely forgetting it afterwards. I think that's Chris Lyons taking the free kick. Again, it's possible to see leaders from the angle. McNally's up. Oh, it flashed across the face of goal. It wasn't far away, and Colin McCabe looked worried there. It wasn't Lyons who struck it. He seemed to only threw himself at the ball there, but I think Shelbourne were lucky to go in 0-0 at the break. So half time, it's scoreless. We'll be back shortly with the second half. First division encounter between Shelbourne and Drogheda. Shelbourne, I should say, was Drogheda. Were the home team on that fantastic night in September for Drogheda. Byrne, you were on the bench for Shelbourne that night, so you can actually get to attend the half-time team talk. What do you think they said? What would have been the messaging from Ian Morris?
The message would have been pretty simple. It would have been keep doing what we're doing. Drogheda didn't really threaten us that much in the first half, apart from the last couple of chances towards the end of the first half where Stephen Meany had a shot blocked and then Sean Brennan follow up just wide. So it was just basically keep doing what we're doing. We're always confident of scoring with the players that we have on the pitch. Cleir up front, Jay's on the right, and Rose on the left, and then Ryan chipped in with a good few goals as well. So we always felt that we would score, but we had to be very, very wary of Drogheda's attack, considering their top three were all on double figures, and it was important that we negated their attacking three.
Jays Gabaya blocked off there brilliantly. Quite good through.
That was Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes came on at half time in place of Jamie Hollywood actually.
What were the tactics for this game? Did you stick to them? Did you change much?
No, we always had to. Ian was very, very regimented on his tactics, and if you didn't abide by them, you'd be quickly out of the team. And I think that's the correct management style, because in order for your message to be brought across properly onto the pitch, you need your players to act out your coaching tactics. And the tactics are basically were very simple, were just to keep the ball moving at all times, get the ball up to Kilduff and play off him, and to get the ball wide if possible, because we had danger then. Obviously from defensively, we have to be very, very wary, and see if you notice there from that Shane just sitting off Killer up top. We always tried to force them down a particular way, so you might have saw there Killer running all the way across so that it wouldn't go down the left hand side. He's blocking off that channel in the hope that the Drogheda centre halves back out across the other way, when we have an overload of players on this side of the pitch. So there are small little things that maybe the average fan might be able to recognise, and it's those type of things that when all throughout the course of the season will help you ability to win games, and hopefully we will able to do that.
And Conan, we mentioned in the first half commentary with Aoife and I on extratime.ie, you always come up with a little teaser. It's no different here. What is your teaser?
My teaser is 4 players were involved in tonight's game that won promotion in the 2011 season for Shelbourne. I would like to hear those 4 names.
Well, it's an interesting one, and I'm sure those who are truly loyal fans of Shelbourne will know. And you can get your answers in for a bit of crack to at Shels FC on Twitter. By the way, a big day for Shelbourne coming up on Saturday, November 14th. Kickoff is at 3 o'clock. It's Shels 11 against an All-Star 11 in aid of Beaumont Hospital Foundation. You can get tickets through shelbournefc.ie/match tickets, and if you can, please do buy tickets for that. Hopefully by then we'll fall back up and going. But even if it isn't, please do want to buy tickets for that. Shelbourne on the attack. Nice ball across. Go on the counter attack. James Brown. In behind. Quite drop for Stephen Meany. Throws on the camera person. It was chilly that night. Do you remember that now?
Very cold, yes.
Yeah. It was cold up in the stands as well. Drogheda desperate, trying to create a chance. Highlands burrowing away. Couldn't get any change out of the Shelbourne defence. Mhaolái. Love trying to close down. Another experienced campaigner, another good man to have around the dressing room, I'd say. Kieran Hugo.
He's top notch. He's just so calm and so composed in certain situations as well. He's very knowledgeable of the game. If I was ever to go into management, I'd definitely have him around. But he sees a lot of things that other people don't see. And he's a really, really good guy. One of the good ones. Actually, very good friend.
Great experience as well. Played for Dundalk, played for the States, played for Cleir County, played for Cork City. Shelbourne going wide to go to him. The foul door was Ryan Byrne. It's a free kick to Shelbourne.
And Mark Hughes entering into the game with a couple of fouls under his belt. I think that's why he was brought on, just to stop some of the Shels attacks, counter attacks.
Lorcan stands it up.
Tell you what, Oisin, the cameraman isn't great in this game, is it?
Well, I didn't want to be critical, but yeah, it hasn't been a particularly inspiring start to the second half. I'm going off memory for a lot of it. As Drogheda come forward to Mark Doyle. Doyle needs support. Meany is there. He tries to square it, but he couldn't find it. And that's easily dealt with by Derek Prendergast.
We just saw there how quick Mark Doyle is, because Aidan is no slow coach, as you'd like to say back in my early days. But yeah, Mark Doyle was very, very quick there, but great defending again.
Taken off him. No nonsense defending there, just cleared down the park by Derek Prendergast, essentially kicking for touch.
You were going to get a rugby club at some stage as well.
Well, the game has infiltrated my mind. I'm an established rugby commentator, I'll have you know.
Oh, I know that.
I usually mention that in the first half of it. Like you were doing.
See, I got mine in the first half. Suppose you didn't get yours in the first half too.
Ball is around there somewhere. Drogheda get it back. Sometimes, by the way, I do wonder, like, if this is the Shelbourne cameraman, maybe he's been told to keep the camera on certain areas of the pitch. Because managers do tell camera people to do that. So this again, that's a looping header, which is no real trouble for Colin McCabe in the end. Good header against the back door. Testing anyway, it's a difficult one. He's going to have to try and wrap his head around that. Anyway, my point is sometimes a club camera person is on different instructions to what, say, for example, the TV camera person is, whereby they're looking for different things. So maybe he is told to keep the camera on certain areas of the pitch, or maybe I'm just making excuses.
He's showing them how the fantastic crowd that Shels brought that.
Absolutely fantastic crowd. That's pace being shown there. Prendergast again, digs it out. As far as a red jersey. Across the goes to James Brown. James Brown getting on the scene. Gives it back to Hughes. Make the pitch as wide as possible. It's a good darting run, not a bad cross! And McCabe had to be quick to react, and Luke Byrne has to react as well. Drogheda. But in the end, I don't think that would have counted, even if it did go on target from Jake Hyman. It's a free kick, and indeed a red card for Sean Brennan. I actually forgot pieces when that happened. And just like on the night, I didn't actually see it real time that happened.
Look, even to this day, I still don't think it's a yellow card offence. He was gone in with the ball. Obviously, he's raised his arm a little bit, but I still think it's a very poor decision on Rob Rogers to give that. Now, obviously, we were absolutely delighted on the bench, but never thought for a second that it was a second yellow card, even though his hand was raised. It was a fantastic ball in. It was a poor header by Luke actually to clear to the edge of the area, and Sean is just going in there hoping to get a touch on it. He wasn't going in for hurt anyone or intent. He's going in to try and win the ball, and obviously your momentum in your arm is going to be up to try and get that elevation. And unfortunately for him and Drogheda, he caught Larkin, but subsequently sent off.
Reputation damage for Sean Brennan there, as he's not shrinking violent, and I do wonder, did that count for something in the referee's decision making? And subconsciously, I don't think he would have done it on purpose, but sometimes there are players who have a bit of a reputation and it costs them.
Oh, you're 100% right. Killian Brennan was one of those players. Robert Bailey was another one of those players that would always be on the wrong side of the yellow card rather than the right side. And perhaps Sean there as well, because he was given a lot of he was around the referee during the first half of the game. Got booked around 20 minutes in for a bad challenge as well. And Rob probably felt there was no option for him. The way his angle might have been worse than mine, and he felt that it was a yellow card.
So at this stage, are you thinking we're quids in here?
At this stage, we were thinking, look, we have a wonderful opportunity to go on and win this game. It wasn't a case of trying to keep it at 0-0. We felt that we needed to go and win the game. And obviously, with 11 players against 10, you expect us to be able to do that. And sometimes in games, 10 players sometimes rise up to the challenge more so than we had if we had 11. So it's very, very, we have to be very, very wary of that. And we can see in a couple of, what happens when
tries to slide his man through. It was a good tackle by Hughes, but they haven't got rid of the danger. Across it goes, McNally heads us. Awkward bounce. Flipped in behind the head there by Logan Fitzgerald. Inside from Carlmore. Carlmore gets it back. Good skill from Carlmore, isn't it? Fitzgerald. He does that kind of little backlift from the standing position quite well, doesn't he, Walker Fitzgerald?
Brilliant, he'd nowhere to go there. The two lads were just very motionless. He didn't have any ball to play, and it was a wonderful ball in over the top to Ryan. But he very rarely gives the ball away. Walker.
Oscar Brennan's shot came off Luke McNally. It was tidied up by Mark Hughes. Fitzgerald does the necessary. Possession as always.
We were very happy with this now, just keeping the ball going across the back four, all the possession in the world. We weren't really getting chased down, so this is the ideal scenario for us at this time.
You're moving the ball around quite well. Jace Kabaya shows a bit of a heavy touch. The decision goes against him. He played a bit with Cove as well. Was actually assistant manager at Cove when Dave Hill was there.
Oh, I didn't know he was assistant manager. I knew he played all right.
Back in 2 or 3 region. I think he was a player assistant manager. He was definitely coaching. coach matches then, because I was working in Cork, and a bit like Drogheda, a lot of people who went to the home games at Drogheda were actually from the bigger neighbouring club. Cork City, for example, a lot of their fans would have gone to Cork Ramblers matches. It was an unusual setup because the press box was actually behind the goal. Similar situation to Cabin TV now, where most journalists who go there actually work in the bar. Because that's where the press box is. I'm not suggesting that they're there for a pint or whatever. So, free kick, which Mark Hughes is standing over. What can Drogheda do here? A set piece after having the man sent off is always going to be probably their best chance of scoring. Not bad. Kane, a clever idea, but the execution just wasn't quite right.
Yeah, I was always looking at that. I forgot what happened in it, but I was saying to them, literally saying in my head, give it out to Conor Kane there for a strike. But it was poor execution, as you said, floating it over the bar. Those type of situations you're going to have to place it with hard and accurate into either corner, and I think he just got caught in two minds.
Cade. Comfortably dealing with it again, McCabe. Defeat of Meany, but he's dispossessed. Really strong stuff from Shels. Moore.
Larkin was excellent in that game. He just didn't give Stephen Meany a second on the ball. He dispossessed him on 6 or 7 times so far. And we had a really, really good game and led by example as captain of the team on the night.
Conor Kane shepherding the ball out over the line. Making a change. Stephen Meany going up. I think that's Adam Wickstead coming in.
Cleir Adam suffered from injury last year, the last 2 years, and he's come back in and been towards the end of the season he's done particularly well.
Carl Moore, let's go from a long way. Luke McNally there to block it again, falls away up north to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald was good for the hook pass, back out it goes to Shane Farrell. McNally is there again. How fantastic was McNally for Drogheda last season? No wonder Stephen John wanted him back so badly in that.
Oh, he was a huge presence, absolutely huge. He was, anytime he wasn't playing, they were lost without him. And it actually signalled the end of Kieran Kelly at Pats, because Luke McNally went back and really took his position, and Kieran Kelly wasn't needed anymore. He's gone since the Bohemians from Hunting.
Wickstead. Wonder would Drogheda have had it all sewn up if Wickstead had been available all season. Lovely set up. 1-0 for Shelbourne. What a moment for the club. Advantage Shels on what, as you all know now, turned out to be a night of nights. What a strike that was from Aidan Freeman.
Fantastic strike, really was, and he has it in his locker. He did it in Wexford down in Fernie Carnegie earlier on this season. That was a huge, huge goal. But if you were Drogheda, you'd be kicking at him next time, trying to nutmeg down the ball in the bottom right hand corner. And it just didn't work out. The ball managed to get across. Ryan Brennan with a wonderful touch on the ball to Aidan Freeman, came onto it, and smashing strike, smashing goal. And at that stage, actually, we felt that we were nearly there. 100%, because there is still players on that team that hadn't won anything before. Like Larkin had an FAI Cup and league medal. Kieran could have had it. There's not many other. Aidan Freeman had won a first division as well, but apart from the rest of them, not many of them had won anything. This is their first opportunity of success, and a lot of pressure comes with it. And even on the sideline as a manager, in his first managerial job, first year in the job, there's a lot of pressure put on him, given what people were saying in the media about the budget and whether he'd be in the job if we hadn't got up. So there's a lot of pressure on the club, and for that goal to go in and how we managed the game, not the next maybe 10 minutes, but scoring the next 4 and 2 goals. It was wonderful professionalism. So, and that stems from the top down, from Oisin and his staff, right down to the senior professionals and down to the players that are on the pitch. It was a whole huge team effort, and it was a very, very important. We stuck to our game plan and let that carry away. And I think some of the players maybe might have at 1-0 definitely would have felt that they were there, and they were brought back down to life very, very quickly.
Farmer gave away the corner. Shels will take it. Bit of movement in the box. Ryan Brennan among those trying to get into space, as is Luke Byrne. In the air towards the back stick. Derek Prendergast can't direct it on target. Gets across it, and then they disappear.
Thanks.
Anything in that corner.
And Langan coming out on top, though, winning the throw. He had a superb game.
It was fantastic that night. With a Conan Byrne-like effort, but not a Conan Byrne-like finish.
In that position there, I thought Jay should have went out further and created space, but went out much further wide, and he went right up the middle, and there was no space to drive into even. And Jay's usually plays at centre forward this season. Not really difficult for him to think about that.
Carl Moore running onto it, he's going to be beaten to it by Gratzer, who is cool as a breeze.
Better ball there, and it was 2-0.
Arms outstretched. What do you make of that when you see it as opposition? James Brennan really clearly frustrated with his teammates.
Look, I love seeing it in the opposition team, but sometimes when players do it on my team, they sometimes do it for effect, Oisin, and that really gets under my skin. And back in the dressing room afterwards, I find it hard not to have a go over something like that, because it just gives the other team an impetus, and I don't like seeing it on the pitch. I really don't.
Good to see them behind, quite without this line. The idea was good. You're enjoying watching this game back, whether you're a Shelbourne fan or not. Obviously, chances are, if you're subscribed to this service, you are a Shelbourne fan. Although I'm also subscribed to this, and weeks ago, before I knew this, it's really enjoyable stuff. Lads. Shane Dawson was the Danny Dyer of Irish football coverage.
Luke Gallagher now has come on for Drogheda in place of James Brown at right back. I think Clancy has in mind to get the ball forward. Now they're 1-0 down, they need to win the game, and they brought on another centre half, and they're probably just going to do 3 at the back and 3-5-2 formation, 3-4-3 for Drogheda in the spell.
Behind the goals, but it's just a really heavy touch by Mark Doyle. Clever idea by Chris Lyons. Mentioning they're the team that puts all this together. Quite even best option for that fantastic way to join this weird period in our history, and of course when football is being played. Also Darren Cleary, the former Community coach for basketball, FM colleague. As I call him, the Joe Duffy of sports radio. He decided he was too good for radio.
these schemes they're brilliant, Oisin, aren't they, for the fans to enjoy during this period? And it's any way of clubs making a little bit of money as well. St. Patrick's Athletic do it, Shelbourne do it. I don't know if anybody, I think there is a few more. Cork City do it, exactly. So it's great to see that, and it gives the fans a little bit of insight as well. In these times at the moment, and it's a fantastic initiative.
Anything that brings people together, I think that's a good thing. Drogheda lifted in. There's danger for Shelbourne. Luke McNally tried to get there, but he needed to be about a foot taller. Yeah, anything that brings people together is a good thing. And obviously, we can't literally get together, so we have to do it metaphorically. And even this commentary is being done over Zoom between me and you and Aoife as well. But we can enjoy what we've done. And when I say we, I mean we as football fans. Obviously not we as Shelbourne people, because I'm not a Shelbourne person, but I do enjoy helping people enjoy the opportunities and the way to do that. You're a big part of this fantastic way for Shelbourne, a big part of League Ireland's history. Shelbourne themselves, obviously, as you can see in the corner there, have been around since 1895, so they've had ups, they've had downs, and they've come through them all. And the lesson from all of that is that we will get through this. It's tough, it's not easy, there might be a cost, but we will get through it. Luke McNally heads it forward. It's just smacked away by Luke Byrne.
Denzel Fernandez came on there for Jay's Cadia, and I remember being on the bench. I was devastated, Oisin, when he wasn't, when you called Denzel instead of me. I was really hoping to get on in this game, obviously, for just even to say that I was on the pitch when Shels got promoted. I knew at that stage that was it, and I wasn't going to get on. But that was just a personal thing, and for me, obviously, Shelbourne getting promoted was number one, but just that minute, I'd say I was a bit heartbroken that I wasn't going to get on the pitch.
Did you have a word with Ian afterwards, or do you just let that go and understand he's the manager, he makes the decisions, and look, he won, so that means it was the right decision?
Oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't say anything. Like, we were big. It's a monumental achievement for the club. No player is bigger than the club. And then at the end of the day, his decisions worked out well. Even if we hadn't lost the game, we still think there's a time and place to say things, or to approach a manager. I can never approach a manager today, the night of the game, or it might be the next training session where I might say, look, there's a reason why I'm not playing. What do I have to do to get back in the team? And we did have that conversation one or two times over the course of the season, where I felt I felt that maybe I should have been in the team, where he thought differently. And look, at the end of the day,
Wixton puts it across, which is cut out by Fitzgerald out for a corner. At the end of the day, Conan, you were saying?
Shelbourne got promoted, and he did a wonderful job as manager, and I always respect Ian. There was never a falling out or anything like that. And I always maintained a professional attitude in the dressing room, which is very, very important. You'd never want to see people puff and puff, and you don't want to see that either, and you kind of have to lead by example when you're not on the pitch too.
Drogheda with the corner. Shelbourne dealing. Sorry for coming across you there. I actually had forgotten when Drogheda get their equaliser. Sorry to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen this before. Wixton puts in the cross. Could this be the moment? No, McNally is well wide. Genuinely, I actually don't remember when their equaliser comes.
Yeah, it's not long. Not long from now, I don't think. But it's even just you can just see the body language of the Drogheda players. They're completely on the back foot. I'm even surprised that they've got their goal, just looking at the way they are at the moment. I think we could have went on a little bit and grabbed the foot over the game a little bit better. Kind of sat off them a little bit, and they're getting the space in right there. They're getting space in between the lines. We've dropped very deep, which doesn't suit us at all. Our two centre halves need to be a bit higher, and we let Drogheda come out to us, which was they shouldn't have. They never should have let it go in when they were down to 10 minutes.
This stage in the second half, Johnny Ward was eating a boost bar.
They're not a bad bar.
They're a good bar. Of course, we did do commentary of this live on Extra Time on the night, and there is a podcast coming out later in the week with the post-match reaction. And I remember really enjoying that on the night. We actually walked out onto the pitch and we're still live as Fernandez tries to get in behind here. He's policed rather heavily. And is looking for a football if he can find one. Sets up Oscar Brennan. Oscar Brennan back outside. Farrell. Cross smothered and a corner not prevented. Sorry, Aoife, you were saying there.
I thought Aoife was coming in. I was just saying about Denzel when he signed the same time as Jays, but he was injured. He had a hamstring injury at the time. It took him a few weeks to get back from that. And he became an instant hero among the Shels fans, coming on as a sub and absolutely terrorising the Wexford back line when he came on. And he's studying to be a teacher.
Oh, that's a good save. Just about dealt with by Drogheda. Actually forgot that, but Shelbourne hit the crossbar, or came very close. Here's Wixted on the counter-attack. Wixted in behind, that's a dangerous looking goal. Chris Lyons on the chase. Lyons policed by two Shelbourne players. Gets in between them, how did that happen? Lyons sets it up, it's 1-1. What a finish that was! What a setup by Chris Lyons! What a moment for Drogheda, who with 10 men are very much back in this game, 1-0.
What happened there in the last 20 seconds? Obviously we should have went 2-0 up there. Great header, unbelievable save when Barnes pushed him onto the bar. And then comes back down onto the bar when Brennan needs him tap in. It didn't happen. Down the other end of the pitch, the only way we were going to get caught was a counter-attack. That's the way it happened. Chris Lyons down into the corner. I'd never have got out of that situation. He did. Crossed in, easy finish and and just from being so close to going 2-0 up to now having been drawn the game at 1-1. Nerves are starting, especially amongst the fans, considering where they're thinking of Limerick 2008, what happened then. So it's very, very important for us that we don't lose our heads, which we didn't, and to gain composure as soon as the ball went, as soon as the restart happened. We managed to do that.
Commentating in silence because the technicalities are that if we had the crowd noise turned up to the feedback and the water would be useless. So we can't really hear it now, but you were there on the night when that goal went in the place. Yeah, but it tried to take off.
And in fact it felt like nearly a home game for Shelbourne as well. Obviously a different county, but it's only a short journey. So the very large Shelbourne contingent there, as you can see, jubilant scenes at the end, so we referred to earlier on, and that podcast is going to be amazing, reliving the joyous scenes. But as you rightly said, the place was just packed to capacity, and you could sense that as well. So the great deal of hope as well around Drogheda. Here, you have to be convinced by that goal. It was fantastic. Obviously has been through ups and downs that you had mentioned with Drogheda. He was there when they were promoted in 2016. He was there when they were in the first division in 2017, and he was actually player of the year that season. So I think you can see from when he was introduced that he was working so hard. That work ethic is there. He made an immediate impact, creating a lot of chances.
Extratime.ie team element then as well. Most likely down the road like everyone desperate for the football to come back. Carl Moore after the ball, he's being closed down but he does get there. Carl Moore pulls it back. Down Brennan goes outside. Shelbourne looking dangerous here. Nice cross, cut out. Looks dangerous, oh, it's in! What a finish, it's Oscar Brennan! Well, he might have got a bit of luck with the bounce, but I'm sure he and those fans don't care. It's Drogheda 1, Shels 2, and it looks like the Shels are going up.
That was the time then when we knew that it was done and dusted. Drogheda were on their knees, and Oscar pulling out of the bag, left foot on the volley. Never would have thought it would have went anywhere near the goal. I think he'd admitted himself. The keeper gave him a little favour as well. But the image of that goal that was caught by a Shelbourne photographer, I think it was Shelbourne was iconic at this stage. It was a brilliant photo of him taking a strike with the smoke from the crowd, the fans, and after that game, actually, it was presented Oscar of that actual image, and talking to Oscar on the way out to training, we were very, very grateful to receive that from Shelbourne and from that. Because it's a huge moment for Oscar in his career, his first trophy. So either one to celebrate that goal to win the league for Shelbourne this season. As I said, kind of is written off a little bit in terms of maybe people might think that his ability is there. It certainly is, and it was monumental, instrumental for Shelbourne last season. I think his awareness and the way he works balls into the striker's feet, and it was a huge goal for him. I was absolutely lovely.
It was a lovely strike. Now, he got a bit of luck the way it bounced, but it was on target, and he gave himself a chance the way he struck it. It was great technique.
It was great technique, and as I said, he's a right-footed player. And as I said, the ball bounced right in front of Luca Bratzer, and he should have done better, there's no doubt about it. But at the same time, to get that strike on target on a volley on his bad foot, you need good technique to be able to do that, and Oscar showed it in abundance with that strike.
And I remember on the night, the place just like the roof almost came off where those Shelbourne fans are, because the roof is so low, it creates a great atmosphere. And that's even when there's not a whole pile of people there, so you can imagine what it was like when it was absolutely packed. Look, I'm sure if you were watching this, the chances are you were actually at the game, or maybe you were listening to us live on extratime.ie. But God, it was something special.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And I remember we were on the bench now at this stage, saying to ourselves to make sure to include the whole squad. And you might have saw there in the top corner, you might see it there, there's a lot of Shelbourne tracksuits up there in the corner. And that was just make sure that, you can see them there in the image there, they're all there. Make sure that they were with us when we were celebrating with the fans, because as I said, it was a team effort. It wasn't just the 11 on the pitch, or the 18 on the bench, or the manager, the assistant manager, or it was the whole club, fans included, board. Huge credit must go to Andrew Doyle, obviously, for his input into all of this. Joe Casey, and then obviously Johnny Watson, the kit man. You think of Frank Young. I have a great admiration for the Fraser family. They've always been very, very good to me from my time, both my spells at Shels, and it was just for people like them. This moment was just unbelievable feeling for them, because as footballers, Oisin, if I've moved on from that now. No, I'm not part of this group anymore, but to be there and to say that we're part of that squad that got the team back up, it was just it lives with you. You know, it's be able to say that you had a successful spell in football. Many people are able to say that, and to have two successful spells at Shels meant the world to me.
It does sound like it genuinely means something to you. I don't think that would change even if I was to speak to someone else who's still in the squad right now who's involved that night, or someone else who was in the squad who might have moved on from last season. It seemed like he did genuinely have a good and close bond. That, and if you can correct me if I'm wrong, that isn't that common.
No, it's not common, and a lot of people take things for granted. And as I say to a lot of the young players, like, football career is very, very short. You could go through a whole football career and not win a single thing. I think Derek Swan is probably the most famous player not to win anything. Derek Pender probably is now, not having a single medal to your collection, and after having a wonderful career like he has. Whereas others might just take this in for granted, like the likes of Shane Farrell, for instance. Like, as I said, he was only 18, 19. He might be thinking, right, this is great, won a league, might go on and win more, whatever. But they don't. You have to treasure these moments, and even as fans, you need to treasure these moments. Shelbourne have been in the doldrums for so long, 6 years, obviously, since 2013. But before that, they had suffered a heartbreak in 2008. The financial atrocity that happened before that. So the Shelbourne fans have had a lot to smile about, and to be grateful for the last over this short period of time. It's to understand that it was a whole team and club effort. It wasn't just about the players on the pitch. It was about the budget that Andrew and the board gave to Ian. The desire for Andrew and the board to bring in somebody like Ian that could galvanise a group of players, a group of talented players, young and old, into being one collective unit. And he done that magnificently, and he deserves all the credit he gets for it. And it's all that together, it makes it so important to grasp and to understand that it's a club effort, and you can't stress that enough. It's not just about players on the football pitch.
It is important that, as you say, it's not just a franchise, it is a club. And that's something where League of Ireland teams have fallen down over the years, that everything is based on the starting 11 in the League of Ireland entity of the club, and everything else falls asunder. Whereas actually, if you try and give a little something to everything else in the club, that starting 11 and that squad benefits as well. It seems that Shelbourne have done that now. Trying to get behind here is Darren Moon, who's absolutely harassing Jay Kylan. Kylan deals with it. Farrell trying to escape. You know there's another big moment coming up if you're a Shelbourne fan. I'm sure you're counting down to it right now. But yeah, that's the thing. Shelbourne have got their structures right. They haven't just got their first team right. I think that's key, isn't it?
It is, and it's great to see what's happening there at the academies. And like a huge decision by the club was to obviously call, like, they're not called Shelbourne ladies anymore. It's just Shelbourne. They're all under one bracket. They play in the same stadium. They wear the same kit. It's like it should have been done years ago, you know. And other clubs should follow suit. And it's great. It's just one club now, you know, and that's the way it should be. It should be like that at every League of Ireland club. And I was proud to be associated with Shelbourne when I made that decision.
Drogheda player on the back stick does go out to Conor Kane to Wixton. Wixton chips it inside. Do what they need to do. And they're on the bridge. And away they go. And here's Kieran Kilduff. Kilduff gets a bit lucky. The ball comes back to him. He goes outside to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, can he get there? Fitzgerald does get there. Shelbourne have sealed their place in the top flight. It's Drogheda 1, Shelbourne 3. And how appropriate that it is the captain who puts the icing on the cake, who seals the victory. Lorcan Fitzgerald, what a moment for him, what a time for Shelbourne.
It was absolutely brilliant. His girlfriend was pregnant at the time, so it was a celebration with the cum in his mouth. You can see over in the top right hand corner, Johnny Watson's in tears, walking over with him now. It's a huge moment, huge moment. It's signified league champions in the first division. Last time the Shelbourne got promoted to level 1, but it was a bit of a. We went up in a night where we lost the league basically. Brian Cullen scored a header and we went to even though we were promoted before then, we lost the league on the last day of the season. So to win the league and to win it comfortably, in the end we won by 9 points. It was just a great moment, and for Lorcan as well to seal that after season that he had, the game that he had, and how the leadership qualities that he showed through that season. Because Dino was club captain, both on and off the pitch, galvanising players, talking to players, and I was absolutely chuffed for him because I played with him at most of my players before the same. Hats together when we won the league and the cup. We were at Dingle together when we won the cup. So I played with Langan a lot of my career. So we're from Swords, from the same town. So I was absolutely delighted for him to seal the victory on the goal.
This match, or from the rest of the league, because they got to the playoff and were unlucky not to see it through. Remember that night, Conan, you, me and Aoife huddled together in that press box in Byrne Park, and it's a great venue, by the way, but Drogheda were desperately unlucky. Now, I'm not sure how long the camera stays on this. I'm not sure how long this recording goes on for, so I don't know if those emotional scenes on the pitch afterwards are captured. If not, we can relive them in audio form in a podcast that's coming out later in the week through the Shelbourne so members will be able to get access to that. What a night that was, one of my favourite nights of broadcasting. Colin McCabe launching it out. Shelbourne now just seeing it home. I imagine these are some of the nicest moments you can experience as a footballer, whether you're on the pitch or on the bench, because you know the job is done and you can just really savour it in and take it in.
It's the only time you can, as I say, there's not half the time when you're counting down the clock for your league title. And at that stage, obviously, we knew that we had a goal. And it was just we were on the bench, we were I remember just chatting with Johnny Watson about it, and seeing the players on the pitch and just how composed they were. Even at 3-1, you might get carried away, you might get lads trying tricks and different bits and pieces. But I think Kieran Kilduff was, we didn't talk about him enough for the third goal. He won the header from the corner, then harassed Luke Gallagher to get the ball back, and then played Langan in for his third goal. So really brilliant. I don't think he got any credit in the aftermath for that third goal. It was all about Langan, and rightly so, given his exploits.
And here he goes again after just a couple of seconds after Kieran Kilduff tried to slip one of his teammates in again. Kieran Kilduff, from the soundest men you meet. I remember actually after the Bate Borisov game, what was probably the biggest night of his life. He was being interviewed by Phil Egan, my colleague off the ball at the FM, and Phil said, and Kieran actually said, "Here, where are you living? Where do you live?" Like, that's how sound he is. That's why I love this league, because you actually know these guys and these girls and everyone who's involved in it. Like, it's one big community. And look, it's not the Premier League, but that's why I love it, because like, look how close those fans are, and afterwards they actually got to spend time with their heroes, and their heroes wanted to spend time with them. And that's what sporting community is all about. That's what it should be about. That's why I love the league. And yeah, does it have improvements that are needed? Yeah, of course it does. But I think they can come. And I think we're now in a headspace where the clubs actually want to make those improvements.
You're 100% correct in what you're saying. It's like I remember in the dressing room after the game, I think we got back in possibly around 10:30. It was an hour on the pitch afterwards. We were celebrating with the fans because, as I said, like, the players knew how long Shelbourne were down in the doldrums. It wasn't the case that, like, we talked about that in the team names and huddles and different things. We knew what the fans had witnessed over the last couple of years. Playing a couple of people. We wanted to get Shels back to where they belong. And as I said, as players, we recognised that, and we wanted to celebrate it with them. Because, as I keep saying, we're only players. We mightn't be there for that long. Fans will be there forever. So it'd be unfair on us just to walk in off the pitch and celebrate the dressing room by ourselves. It's important that we celebrate with the fans, and let's see something.
And this is the moment. Shelbourne back in the big time after 6 years of hurt. Lorcan Fitzgerald, how appropriate is it that he is celebrating, and he is absolutely fired on by his teammates. It says an awful lot about him to his teammates and mentally.
That clip just shows it all there, like the two redheads. They look out for each other, those two boys. But they, Lorcan was very, very highly thought of in that dressing room. Still is obviously there at the moment. They've got a nice extension, it's absolutely fantastic. to have a little go at the Drogheda fans. And Norton could easily just walk away and celebrate it, but he's grabbing all the Shelbourne fans away from the Drogheda fans and wanting them to celebrate the goal. That just shows his leadership qualities. It's the top one.
League of Ireland being what it is, I can see a number of familiar faces that we've seen over the years down here, as I said, among them. Put your shirt back on, what are you doing? It's September, it's high time to put your shirt on. You're not on holidays, you've been told to put your shirt back on. But look, these are wonderful moments, and I'm sure that these feature in your kind of your top 5 of things you did in your life, football.
Yeah, look at that, like, as you say, like back in 2011, when we got promoted with Shelbourne, it was a case of what might have been in terms of we didn't actually win the league. And yes, we got the club back up into the Premier Division, which was brilliant. But this was that little bit better. We went on, we won the league, we won it on the night, got promoted on the night, and it was just, look what it means to fans. I was just wondering, and looking back, this is the first time I've actually looked at this clip. I haven't seen this clip before.
How you feel?
Oh, goosebumps, like the hairs in the back of my neck were standing up. It's just incredible just to witness and seeing that, the cheers and the fans. And you can just remember the following week against Limerick as well. It was a similar place was packed and people were coming back and supporting the club, and like we welcomed those fans back that hadn't been at Thomond Park in years. We knew how difficult it might have been for them to see the success that the club might have had and to go and expand. I know some fans might say they should support it. Difficult.
It's not how sport works. I mean, like, I know from following sport all my life, but also being in sports marketing, people want to follow the success of the team. They want to follow a team playing in the biggest competition that team can be involved in. And if they're not involved in that competition, you just won't get as many fans. And sadly, you do need those flirts, as we call them. But those people are back now. But there's a good core of people who follow the club through thick and thin in the crowd that we're watching. They're the ones who are generating the noise.
And they're the ones that people recognise, which is the most important thing.
Quite literally, they recognise it.
Yes, absolutely. Like every single we had a roster where we have to go into the bar after every home game and mingle with the fans, and it was a case that